Hello and welcome back to the 11th video in my Tomb Raider 3 walkthrough series. This is actually level 3 in the London series, so we've only got one more to go after this, which is a boss level. And I like this level, but I also hate it. I like it because it's part of this game and I really like this game, but I also hate this level because it's so long and there's so many tricky jumps and so many tricky things to do. And obviously the way in which I'm doing these walkthroughs, I'm trying to play it live and record it at the same time, and also do the commentary as well. And it's just has not worked for me so far. But hopefully this will be a good run. And yeah, anyway, I'm actually gonna get on with the guide now. So the only thing I like to mention this room basically is that you've got two paths to go. You can go to the left or the right. If you go to the right, you get a large health kit, but you miss a secret if you carry on that way. And if you go to the left, which is the way that we're going to go, you can get the first secret of the level. So the first tricky thing, which is a complete run killer for me, is this jump here. Now what we need to do is, well, this section here. So we have to slide down, and at the very end, so as soon as Lara's off the edge, we want to jump and turn to the right. And then we end up sliding down that and we avoid the spike ceiling. If you don't do that, obviously you can get out of there, but you take a bit of damage basically. So at this part here, we get a nice little glimpse over there of the next part of the level. I say the next part, that's actually probably like the third or fourth part of this level because we've got a lot of stuff to do before we get there. We want to come over here though, drop down and drop down again. And then we've got this sort of climbable wall here, or this place we can shimmy across. Now below us there are some spikes as well. It's a very dark level as well, so I can't really see the spikes on my screen. But basically, yeah, we don't want to drop down there. We want to just shimmy all the way across to the end and then pull up into this opening here. And then if we go down this way, we can then get the first secret of the level. In here there are some flares and a large medkit, so I'll grab those. And then to get out of this room, we basically want to position ourselves about here and jump and grab. Climb up once more, and then there's a slightly tricky jump to do. It's not too hard. It's mainly hard because it's quite blind, so there's a ledge that we can jump and grab there, so we have to just sort of take a leap of faith and hold down the action button. So this is where we came into this room, just down there. There's a button on the wall, so I'm just going to press that. And that opens up a trapdoor above us to allow us to get out of this part. So I'm going to jump up here, and then I'm going to do a backflip straight away. And the reason for that is there's a large med kit that we can pick up here. And if I carry on down this corridor, I'll just show you basically where we are. So this is where we entered the level before, and this is where I said there's two paths, the left and the right. So now we can go down this way because we've got the secret, we've completed this section, and then we can start climbing up this wall. So this wall here is quite a long climb. There's actually two places where we can stop on it, and we have to do well, the first one's a pretty tricky jump as well, and that will get us the second secret of the level. And the next jump that we can do, we can get an item as well. So the first tricky jump is this one here. So you want to line Lara up basically with that white sort of line that you can see, and then you want to do a backflip, roll in the air, and then grab. Climb to the top, release action, hold it down again, and then she'll pull up into this room, which is where we get secret number 2, which is a rocket. And obviously, as if that wasn't hard enough to get here, we now have to do the exact same jump but in reverse. So we're going to jump, roll, and grab. And then we're going to carry on climbing up the wall. So when you come to this next tile here, you can see the green sort of light to your left. If you climb up a bit further, so you're basically just above it, her feet are just above that tile, just at the top of it, and then you just do a backflip off here, and you should land in here. Now, obviously, if you're a little lower, it's okay. You just land on that slope platform, and then you can slide down, jump and grab, and get back onto the wall. But if you're any higher, then you hit your head off the wall, and she falls down to her death. So I'm just going to climb up the last part of this ladder now, and this will take us into the next section of this level. So as I mentioned at the start, this level is very long. There's lots of different sort of parts to it. So that first part is obviously where we're in like the hideout, and then this part is where we actually come into the next part of this level, which is the like museum part of it. And basically, I believe this is meant to be like a recreation of the British Museum of Natural History. There's two puzzle rooms below us that we'll be going in very shortly, and in there we've got some like puzzles to solve, and there's some secrets to get and things like that. And then the next part of this level is actually like a sort of stealth part where you're doing a whole underwater section, and it's very annoying because obviously you get another vehicle to use, which you'd think would be quite cool, but as we know from this game so far, there's a lot of very annoying vehicles in it. So this is just another terrible vehicle with bad controls that we have to navigate just to get through this level. But we're not there yet, so we can just enjoy this part at the moment. So all I did there was basically crawl to the end, grab those shotgun shells, and now crawl halfway back again, and we can climb up this wall here. So there's a small med kit that we can grab, and below, as you can probably hear him, there's a guy like stomping about. So I'm going to get out the shotgun, I'm going to roll into this room, and hopefully before he takes any shots on me, I can take care of him. Now as you can see, there's another guy who's sort of like trying to walk through the wall here, so I'm going to open the door and let him in. And then I'm going to roll away from him as well and take 2 more shots. So again, the reason why I try and roll around these guards, I think this is the first... Oh no, it's not actually. We have encountered enemies with guns before in the earlier levels. But yeah, basically these enemies are quite annoying because they do quite a bit of damage with their guns. And the best way I've found to avoid them is to, well, just do what I did there, is sort of like roll around, try and get behind them. They take 2 shots from the shotgun. I think they take 2 shots from the Desert Eagle as well, so there's no point in using that gun over the shotgun. So we pushed that block in the other room, and what this did was move this column that you can see in front of me. That moved that out of the way of the door to allow us into this room. Before we start climbing up, we want to get this item here because there's a small med kit. And then we're going to start climbing up this room. So in order to leave this room, there's actually a door up the top there, but that's locked off at the moment. So we need to pull some levers first to open that up. Now the first room I always come into is this one just up here, which has another movable block. And what this movable block does is it actually moves the column back in the other room. And I'll show you why you need to do this. On my version of the game you don't actually need to do this because there's no item there. But I'll show you that anyway. So we're just going to drop down here now and we'll be outside that room. Obviously that movable block is now blocking the door, so we can't get back into there. But what moving that block did is, as you can see, that column that was just here before, just to our right, is now blocking the door. But in that being there, what we can do is do a running jump on top of it, and then we can climb up to this platform here. Now there's a crawl space just here, so if we climb up into this, this is another way to go. So below me there should be, I believe there would be a save crystal or other item there, and if you go down that way you can get the item, whatever, and then you have to carry on through the level. So I'll just show you that. Well, I'll try and show you that very quickly because, like I said, there's no point in me doing this because there's no item down here for me to collect. But we get a nice little change of music. So we get the item, whatever it is, slide down here, and when we drop down here we're actually in that room. Well, we're just outside that room that we were in before. So we can see the column's in the way there, we can't get past that. So what we have to do to get back into that room is we have to move this block out of the way. And that should have moved the column now. There we go. So, like I said, completely pointless on the version of the game that I'm playing, but just for completeness I thought I'd show you that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start making our way up to the top of this room so we can get out and get into the next part of the level. And to do that you want to do a jump up to here. You want to roll, take a couple of steps forward and jump into this part. In pulling this lever, that will shut the door that's actually just to our right. And the reason we want to do that is so we can climb up. But before we go up any further, there's another lever we have to pull. Which is just up here. So if we do a jump and grab here, we can grab the monkey bars that are above us, or the tiles that she can monkey bar on. Climb across to here, drop down, pull ourselves up, and then we can pull this lever. So obviously if you didn't know that this lever was here, this actually opens the door to allow us to exit this room. So it's a very important lever to pull. But if you didn't know that that was there, it'd be very possible for you to get up to the top, do a jump, and then realise that the door's shut, and then there's actually no way of getting back down here, because as you'll see in a second when we climb up, we're actually very high up once we've climbed up this wall here, so there's no way of getting back. So if you miss that lever, it's a bit of an annoying thing really. You'd probably have to like restart the level again, or you know, go back to a previous save. So just climb up top of this ladder here and drop off onto this platform. And now we're at the very sort of top level of this room. If we take a look down, this is what I was saying before, that is a long way down. Now the exit door is just over there to the right, but in order for us to get there we've got to do another couple of little Oh no, 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 why would I do that? Okay, so I'm back at this spot now, and the reason why I reset then is that usually when you fall down there you actually die, but yeah, the game wanted to troll me, so I didn't actually die, but I lost a lot of life, and there's a part coming up very shortly where we'll need to do a jump to get a secret, and it takes away about half our life, so basically I think we would have died at that point anyway. So what I want to do is that jump there, and then what we're going to do is just go through here and make a couple more jumps, and there's some items over here to grab. So we've got some shotgun shells there, and we've got flares here. So we'll pick these up, and then we'll carry on going over this way towards the exit of this area. And the last jump we've got to take care of is just this one here. I'm not even going to talk about it, to be honest. It's just slide, jump at the end, and grab. Yeah, I was going to say something there, but I won't, because I usually jinx myself and end up falling down and dying. So yeah, I don't want to jinx it anymore in this run. Right, so this part here, we've actually got two paths to choose from. We can either stand on that platform there and let it drop us down, and what that'll do is skip out quite a large chunk of the level and take us through to like the second to last section, which is a whole like underwater sort of stealthing part of the level. I'll talk about it when we get there anyway. But the way in which we're going to go is we're going to slide down here, jump and grab. And we're going to go this way, which is the longer way. Now we're going to pick up this item first. This is the embalming fluid, and basically all this item is just a key to unlock the rest of the level, and I'll show you where that goes in a little bit. So in here we've got some what are they, Uzi clips, and just out of this corridor here there's actually, if I can get the camera out of Lara's arse, just out of this corridor here there's a guard. You can just about see him like patrolling around down there. So he will shoot us if he sees us crawling out of this vent. So usually what I do is just go backwards and try and get out of here as quick as possible. Hopefully he won't see me and start taking shots at me, and then I can kill him in a second. There we go. So managed to get out of here. I'm just gonna walk to the edge here. Here he comes. There we go. So I managed to avoid that shot there, and that's what you want to do with a lot of the guards in this level, is you want to sort of get them to come to you, shoot them, and then roll behind them. And again, with the shotgun it works quite nicely because they die in 2 hits from it. I think the Desert Eagle, I think I might have said this earlier, the Desert Eagle doesn't even kill them in 1 hit, which is a bit annoying. But they're very tanky guards, obviously. So at this part here we've got another difficult bit. There's a guard who's just outside this room, and the only way I've found to, you basically just want to crawl at him, get up as soon as you can, and hopefully he doesn't take too much life off you, as he's done there. That's not too bad. I've taken a little bit of damage, but it should be okay. Yeah, I haven't found a way to actually get past him without taking damage. Maybe if I crawl out a little bit and go back in. We'll see. I don't really know, to be honest. He always ends up getting shots off on me. So we've opened that door over there, and all we get from there is just a rocket, and the way we're going to go is down here. So if we just take a little look down and try not to fall off, this is the next section of this level, or the next room in the museum part of this level, and basically we're going to be climbing on that statue now. But we've got to find a safe place to drop down, which is actually just over here where the camera angle changes. There we go. So as soon as it changes like that, we know we can drop down onto the head of this statue. So this room's absolutely huge, to be honest, but unfortunately there's actually not a lot you can do in here. There's a load of items to collect on top of this statue, but the way in which we're going to go to get the secret, we're not actually going to be able to get those. So to get the secret and to do the jump that I mentioned earlier, you want to position Lara so she's pointing at this part of the roof tile here. You can see that sticks out a little bit, and then you want to press you want to jump, step back once, and then you want to do a jump forward straight away, and she should just about land at this point on the statue. There's a small med kit there, so we'll grab that, and then we can do a standing jump over to this platform here, and then a running jump to that platform over there. And obviously the reason why we've done all of that is because over here there are some items, and this is the third secret of the level. There we go. So you get 2 rockets here. Now if you did this level earlier, as opposed to the order that I did it in, then you would actually get the rocket launcher at this point in time as well. So it's not a bad pickup, not a bad secret, to be honest. This part here, you basically want to point towards the back of this is basically like a sphinx statue, so that's its head there, so you want to point towards the back of the head, so about here. Do a running jump towards it, and then she should land on this part. You can't climb back up, unfortunately, but what you can do is slide down, and you'll get to the floor without taking any damage. So as I was saying, this room's a bit wasted, really. It looks very cool, to be fair, and the scale of it is absolutely massive, but there's really not a lot in here that you can actually do if you go and get the secret. Now there is actually a way to backtrack to come back to this room to collect the rest of the items, but for the purpose of this video and trying not to make it like a 2-hour long video, or an hour and a half long video, I'm not going to bother doing that. So there's a guard around this corner here. I'm just going to wait for him to come round. And hopefully he didn't do too much damage to me then. Don't really know what life I'm on, but we should be okay now from this point. Now sometimes there's another guard that spawns over there somewhere, but I don't actually know how you get him to spawn. You might have to pick up one of the items on the statue. So at this part here, I'm just going to try and position Lara so we can actually climb up onto this platform. It's always a bit tricky, I find, this bit. And then there's a movable block here that we are going to pull out, but first what we're going to do is do a jump over here. And in this room is the 4th secret of the level. And we get another rocket and another large medkit. So I think in total already on this level we've got about 4 or 5 rockets, and we've probably got about 3 or 4 large medkits as well. So they really give you a lot of good items in this level. Unfortunately, obviously we won't be using any of the large medkits, but we can collect them anyway. Oh, you can't actually do that. Fair enough. Must be getting confused with another bit. So what I'm going to do is try and grab this ledge. Come on. There we go. And then we're going to pull this movable block out. Now this is a sort of puzzle. Not really, it's just an annoying thing that you have to do. So we've basically got to pull this block out, and then there's another block behind it that we've got to pull out. And the reason we've got to do that is so we can get into the next room, And when we get into the next room, you'll see that it's actually quite familiar because it's the second room that we were in when we started the level. And when we get to that point, we know that we're about halfway through the level. We're probably just a bit over halfway, maybe. It really depends on how long it takes you to do the next section. But like I mentioned at the start, this level I like to think of it in like 2 sections or 3 sections basically. You've got the start bit in the hideout, then you've got the bit in the museum, and then you've got like a whole underwater sort of cave section with a bit of like stealthing in it as well. So this is the block we pulled out before, so we're just going to push this back once. So that's right to the edge. And then behind us is another block that we can pull out. And we need to pull this back towards us twice in order for us to go back over the top again and then drop down into the next room. So there's not really much to say here, to be honest, because we're basically just doing the same thing again, just trying to get over the top. Bit repetitive, but I don't know why they put that puzzle in there. It's just an annoying thing, really, because just wastes a bit of time. Anyway, this is the room I was talking about. So this is the second room that we came into when we started this level, and you could see, if you look there, you could see that movable block. So there's always like an indication that you'd be coming back to this room. And those are the 2 paths that we went down. Now, I think if you do go back to the museum section, so we go back through this way, you can get the rest of the items. But obviously, like I said, I'm not going to do that because that would take a lot of time. But what I am going to do is gun down these guys because I don't know, I just want to. They don't actually drop anything either, which is a bit annoying, but anyway. Get rid of all of those guys, and then over here, this weird looking tile here, this is where the embalming fluid goes. So if we drop that item there, then it opens up the door over here, and then we can go into the next section. So we drop down here, and firstly we get a new vehicle to use, which is this, I don't know what it's called, to be fair. It's just some underwater vehicle, basically. And this vehicle can actually shoot harpoons, which is quite nice. And you don't actually take damage from the alligators while you're on it. But where the hell is he going? Come over here and die. There we go. You don't take damage from the alligators or crocodiles, whatever they are, while you're on it. But what does happen is you still lose air, so your breath meter runs down, which is not the best. It runs down a little slower than when you're swimming, but it still runs down. And also you do take damage from the scuba divers as well, so you just have to be careful of that. So this room here, I've just picked up some harpoons. This is a whole sort of puzzle. Well, it's not really, it's just an underwater cavern. There's 4 doors around you, and each of them contains items, and this one with the weird tile above it, that sort of crate tile, this is where there's an air pocket. So we want to keep coming back to this room to make sure we've got enough breath. And basically you just want to go from, if you want to get all the items anyway, you want to just go from this room with the air pocket in it into each of these rooms and grab the items. So in this room there's 2 pickups of harpoons, and they're just at the door, so you don't even need to bother going into that room. The next room I usually do is just this one over here, because there's only 1 item to collect in here, whereas that other room over the back, there's actually about 3 items to pick up in there. So I'm just going to grab these now, then I'm going to go back and grab some air, and then we'll go to the last room. And The other problem with this vehicle, well, there's a lot of problems with this vehicle, but one of the main problems, especially around this part, and later to be honest, because there's another sort of room where there's another section where we have to go through some rooms underwater, and they've got like very sort of tight entrances and exits, is that the vehicle actually gets stuck on the walls very easily. So you end up sort of getting stuck, you can't move, your air's going down, you're panicking because you don't know where you are. Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's a whole thing in this level. But like I said, I do still like the level. Just because it's something different to do, you know, there's not many levels where you go underwater or spend like a prolonged period of time underwater, so I just enjoy that, you know, the difference to the normal just platforming and stuff. Anyway, that's the last item to get. It's just a small med kit there, and then as long as we're quick, we should be able to get to the air hole up here. There we go. And then we can ditch the vehicle here. Unfortunately, we are going to get another version of that vehicle very shortly. So, yeah, we're not done with that just yet. So we'll grab some more harpoons. Like I said, that vehicle shoots harpoons, so we need as many as possible. We've got 52 so far. There's another room, well, secret number 6, we'll get some more harpoons as well. So that room to the left there where you can see that vehicle, that is secret number 6, and there's a special way to actually get in there. There's a whole stealth section that we have to do in a second, and if we fail on that, then they actually lock the door to that secret. So it not only means we can't get the secret, but it also means it's very hard to complete the level because you don't get the underwater vehicle. And you trust me, you really need the underwater vehicle for the next part of this level. So here we just get a little preview of these guys here. So they're basically guarding this. I think it's like an underground storage area, and this is the area that we saw at the start of the level when we got the first secret. And in the next part, we're gonna have to stealth past those guys. It doesn't work that well in this game because stealth has never really been a strong point in any of the Tomb Raider games, as far as I'm aware. But yeah, I'll show you how best to do it. So we're coming into this room now where the guards are. We want to basically stay at as low as we can to the bottom of this water area. First place we're going to go is just into here, and we'll get secret number 5, which has some what are they? Desert Eagle clips. That's it. Then we want to try and get out of here without getting snagged on the wall. And if you surface about here, we're actually hidden from the guards because they're just around the corner. You can see the scuba diver just in the corner of the screen there. So we can surface there, get some breath, and then we need to come into this room. There is a small med kit just here, so we'll pick this up. And on the wall here, there is a lever to pull, so we pull this. That opens a door in another part of this room, so we'll swim over to that door now. Again, at this part, we just want to keep as low as we possibly can. I don't think they can actually see you unless you surface, but I always just try and stay low anyway. Now, this part here, what we want to do is we want to climb up, but we actually want to crouch down as quick as possible. Because if you stand up at this part, you actually get seen by the guard. I don't know which one it is, it might be the scuba diver. And as I said, oh, the guard's over there. So if they see you, you actually end up, they end up locking off the secret. So like I said, we want to crawl at that part. And when we emerge from here, we just want to crawl again and just crawl around this corner. And as soon as you get past this box here, you're safe to stand up again because they then can't see you. So I've just gone into this room here just to get some flares. It's not a secret, it's just another hidden sort of room, but all there is in there is flares anyway, so you can avoid, you don't have to go into here if you don't want to. And then when we drop down here, what I'm going to do is get the Desert Eagle out, because there's a guard just around the corner at the bottom here, and he will start off the alarm if we don't take care of him quick. Actually, I think he starts it anyway. So we're going to shoot him, and like I said, they take 2 shots, unfortunately. We're going to drop down here, and there's a scuba diver in the water. So what we're going to do is try and submerge as quick as we can. Oh, why did I roll then? Oh man, I'm on so little life. Okay, this is going to be very difficult for me to complete this level now. I'm going to try, but as you can see, my life is literally flashing. So, that was quite a difficult section there. I wasn't actually able to talk through it. Basically, this guard here, he drops a key. It's called the boiler room key. I was going to say like flu room key then. And you need that key to complete the rest of the level. Like I said, there's also a scuba diver in the water, so I took care of him, but unfortunately it took me a long time to kill him, so he got a lot of damage off on me. Usually what you want to do is not fail the drop that I did, get on the platform and shoot the scuba diver quickly with the Desert Eagle. So here we have an underwater vehicle again, and there's a couple of scuba divers come in around the corner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get off the vehicle. Ooh, where is it? Okay. So basically, again, I need to calm down now. Basically, there's a couple of scuba divers down there, so what I want to do is try and bait them out and then shoot them using the Desert Eagle, because the amount of life we've actually got now is not going to be enough to be able to fight them, basically, because they'll get too many hits off on me. So let me just check and see if there's any more. Don't think so. I think the only enemies down here are crocodiles. But we will see. Yeah. Oh, alligators. So take care of him. Oh no, there are some scuba divers. Okay, this is going to be difficult. Right, so this room here, as you can see, this is the room that I mentioned earlier. This is a whole section where we've got to go into each of these caverns and pull a lever. So this is the door that we came through, and the first place you want to go to get your bearings is you want to go up to this top left one here. So right out of the room, and then top left of the 2 holes, and up the top here is an air hole. So we can just take a little break here, get our breath back. And right, there's a very specific order that we need to do this in, and you basically only just have enough breath to get each of the levers and get them pulled. So the first one we're going to go to is what I call the bottom left one. So from the air hole, we want to go bottom down here, and the left hole, so this one, and in here and just round to the right is a lever that we can pull. And as you can see, my breath now is already on about half, so I'm actually going to have to... Oh, can you get on the vehicle, please? Thank you. I'm actually going to have to go back and grab some air. Now, there is another way you can get air without going back to the air hole, but it's a bit tricky to do. Basically, if there's... Why are you stuck on the wall? I hate this vehicle so much. I'll show you the other way of getting air in a second, because we might need to use it. Just go to the air pocket for now. Okay, so the next one we're going to go to is on the top level, and it's the hole to the right. So top level, hole to the right here, and in here we're going to follow this all the way down. Now, I don't know if you heard that noise then, but as I went to the top of that of this sort of tunnel, it actually refilled a bit of Lara's breath, and you can do that on quite a few points around these underwater caves. If you go to sort of the top, you end up getting some breath back, which is always nice to have. It's a bit tricky to do, and this part particularly is very difficult because Lara always gets stuck here. Oh no, she's actually got through. So you can see there, like when I'm at the top, I get a little bit of breath back. But like I said, it's tricky to do, and unless you practiced it a lot, like I obviously haven't, then you always need to come back to the air hole. Right, so we've got our breath back. This next part again is very tricky. So from the air pocket, we're going straight over and into here. This whole section is tricky, to be fair. And the problem with this part is that as soon as we pull the lever that's in here, we're actually going to spawn a scuba diver. And please get off the vehicle. Thank you. And I don't think we actually have enough life to take care of him, but we will see. Yeah, you can already hear him. He's coming. He's coming for me. If I die at this point, I'll play back up to this point and cut it into the video, and hopefully I'll have more life. Oh, he hasn't hit me yet. Oh, see, there's two of them. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be complete chicken. I'm going to run and go all the way back over here. Oh yeah, they're definitely there. They're definitely coming. I'm going to go all the way back over here, and I'm going to try and bait them out. They should come around the corner, but if they don't, I'm going to have to jump in the water and try and get them to come round again. I'm guessing they're too chicken. Like me, to be fair. Okay, let's just grow some balls. Go down there. They've actually gone, haven't they? I wish they would have despawned, but that's not going to be the case, is it? Oh no, here they come. Well, that's one of them. Where is the other one? Killed him. I've got a tiny bit of life left. Okay, anyway, yeah, sorry about that. I had so little life, so I thought I'd just try and be sneaky, and obviously it didn't work, it failed. Right, so we killed the two scuba divers. Last one now is just to the right of this air pocket, so I'm just waiting for a little bit of breath and just trying to compose myself, because this is the furthest I've got through this level. Obviously not on practice, but furthest I've got through, well, actually trying to record it. Okay, so next room we're going to is this one. So this is where the trapdoor opened before. So in doing that room where we pulled the lever and spawned the scubas, it opens a door here, which we need to go through. And this is why we need the vehicle, like I said, because this is quite a long swim just to get from the air pocket. So with the vehicle as well and the extra breath, it's not too bad. Still don't think I'm going to be able to do this on this life, but we'll see. Right, so we come to this room here, and again, objective here is to get into that hole that you can see there, and that's where the boiler room key goes. So in order to do that, we need to get across these platforms, and to get across them, there's a lever in the, well, there are some harpoons over here. And then there's a lever on the wall here that we can pull. and this will then extinguish the fires and allow us to jump across. I don't think they're timed, to be honest. I think they're just on or off, so you should be okay there. Right, then we come to this bit, and this is probably the first part where I'm going to die, so I need to get my timing spot on with these. I don't even know what these are, pistons or whatever. Just waiting until, like, as soon as they go down, just carrying on through. But yeah, they are, I think they take a bit of damage off you. They can actually kill you straight away as well, so it's just got to be careful with them. So here we're going to do a jump and grab. Of course we're not going to do it. Oh man, as if I've got to do that bit again. It's a running jump there, obviously. You can tell that I haven't played this section in a while. Because I'm failing everything. Oh well, just gets another opportunity for me to prove my dodging skills. Okay, so this part here, you can see there's a part of the ceiling that we need to grab just up there. So yeah, it's not a single jump, unfortunately, it's a running jump. Now, if we go over to this part, well, I'll show you this bit first. So over here, there's a part where we can drop down. And it's slightly, it's a bit of a troll really to get you to come over here. Because you can see there's a couple of items down there. We can grab these and then climb our way back up. But if we go down, well, I'll show you in a second. So they are some good items, to be fair. If you carry on going down that way, you just end up back at that point and we have to dodge the pistons again. So we don't want to do that. If you go down this way, this takes you to a part that's basically at the very end of the level. So at the end of the level, we're going to be over there. We're going to be we're going to be in this section, and we're going to be climbing up. But unfortunately, from here, there's no way to actually get to the end of the level. So that jump there, I think, is just there to trick you into thinking, oh, I can make it. But if you do a running jump or anything there, you're never going to make it, basically, unless you got some sort of cheat on. So this whole corridor here is basically just to troll you, I think. So what we're going to do is jump and grab the ceiling, and we're going to come over to here again. So where we were originally. We're going to drop down, grab the wall, pull ourselves up. And this is where the key that we picked up, the boiler room key, this is where this goes. And the whole reason for this key is hilarious. The whole reason for this key is just to open up a door so you can press a button. So as if that room wasn't hidden enough, you've then got a door that you've got a key that opens a door to press a button. Yeah, don't ask, to be honest. Right, so we are nearly done with this level now, finally. The last thing we need to do is get back on our vehicle again, grab some air, and then we've got to go back into that like underwater cave system again. But this time there's a different, well, that boiler room key has opened up a door within there that we need to go and find now. Unfortunately, there is a scuba diver that has spawned as well. So Oh no, there he is. Is he gonna let... Oh no, it's a crocodile. Oh, okay. Fair enough then. I thought it was a scuba diver, that's good. So what I'm going to do is just go to the left first, and I'm just going to grab some air. Oh, the air pocket's gone. I did forget about that. Okay, there you go, lesson learned. Lesson learned. If you come back this way, the air pocket's gone. So what I'm going to do is just touch the top of the ceiling here, and you can see I get breath back as well. So slightly cheaty, but who cares? I hate this level now. Like I said, I love this level and I absolutely hate it. Right, so this is what I was saying about before. If you do this anyway, you can get some breath back. So the last room we need to go in, air pocket, or where the air pocket used to be, is there. So it's just this room here, top left. And this is the door that's now open. So there's another sort of big area here. This is why I got the breath before, just so I could actually get up here. Now, unfortunately, there's one more guard for me to take care of. And I have a feeling that he's going to be the guy to kill me because of the life that I'm on. And it would just be fate that he would kill me. But we will see. Also, these things do damage to you as well. So I need to try and remember how to avoid these. I think I just jump forward. And this one, I think I just have the balls and do it, but we'll see. Oh, of course, of course, of course. What? Why isn't she dead yet? Why isn't she dead? Oh my god. Okay, well, the game doesn't want me to die, it wants me to live forever, apparently. Oh no, I'm dead now. Anyway, I'm going to replay up to this point. I thought the guy at the end, and hopefully I'm not going to take as much damage as that. And I'll cut this back into... I hate doing this, but I'm so close to the end, I don't want to... Yeah, okay, alright. I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so before I actually get back to the point that I was at, where I died at the end of the last part, I just wanted to cut this bit in and basically just show you how I was supposed to do this part. So this is just before we drop down and the guards set the alarm off. So there's a guard around the corner who you want to take care of first. So 2 shots with the Desert Eagle does that. And then what you want to do, or what I should have done, was drop down and do that basically. So you want to sort of drop down, do a backflip over there, and yeah, then you can kill that scuba diver like pretty much instantly. Unfortunately, in the actual walkthrough, I took a lot of damage there. So I think that was the main part that I messed up on watching it back, but I can just tell from my voice how pissed off I was, and how done I am with this level. Anyway, yeah, I'll carry on playing through. I'll do that whole underwater like cabin section now, and I'll cut back to the place where we died before. Okay, so I'm finally back at this spot again, and as you can see from my life, I've just got under half life, so I've done really well this time to get back here. Maybe because I wasn't recording, maybe because I'm just so pissed off with this level now that I just want to get through it quickly, because I basically speed ran up to this point because I've got a pretty respectable time. 34 minutes. I don't think that's too bad anyway. Like I said, it's a long level, and I haven't used the health pack either. Again, getting back here. Yeah, I'm pretty much done with this level. I've realised I missed a load of items. There's a med kit over here, so I'll grab that anyway. But there's actually a load of items in the caves, in that whole cave section. And there's a couple of other items that I missed in the main walkthrough. Like I said, I'm just so burnt out with this level now. As much as I love it, and I love the game, it's taken me a lot to record this video. So... yeah, I'm just trying to get through it. Anyway, hopefully this will be better now, and we can try and get through the rest of this level, because we've got so little left to do. There's literally about 3 jumps left, kill a guard, and then we're done. Right, so this part here, as I was trying to say before, it's just all about timing. I mean, luckily I've got more life now, so I can get through. I should be able to get through these without messing up. But you just want to be at the side, and you just want to time your jump. At this one, I'm just going to take a step forward as well here. Wait for that to come past. Step back again, and as long as you're on this wall, I don't think you take any damage. So that's how to get through that section anyway. I wish I would have been able to do that in the main walkthrough, but unfortunately not. And I think, yeah, here he is. There's a guard around here. So that was the guy that I thought was actually going to kill me, not the slow lava death. Anyway, so we get through to this part, and we've got another. I nearly fell off then. We've got another part. That's the room that I mentioned before, where I said that it's impossible to make the jump. So this is another part that's very sort of trolley as well, where it says it looks like you have to do something over here, but you actually don't. The way in which you have to go is just back here, and you can see that there's a gap in the ceiling tile, and then we can climb up this way. Now there shouldn't be anything else that's difficult. I think we've got one other jump to make, and that's about it really for the end of this level. I like this part of the level mainly because it's so close to the end, but I also like it because of how if you have a look down there, you can see just how different this level is as you go through it. There's so many different sort of sections and parts to it. But anyway, I am so pleased that I've been able to do that, so I can just put this to bed now, and I don't have to play this level anymore. As you can tell, I am a bit burnt out, and it's taken me a long time to get through to this. So we're very close to the end now. Should get the score screen. We've got one more jump to make. I forgot. But yeah, like I said, love this level. Been absolutely horrible trying to record it and trying to get it down, but I'm not even, to be honest, that happy with how I've played through it in my original playthrough, but at this point I'm just going to leave it for now because it's, I've completed the level anyway. I've done most of the things I wanted to. I haven't used a med pack, and I've got all the secrets, so I'm just going to call it quits on this level and try and do the next one a bit better. So as soon as we crawl through here, we will get an end of level cutscene, and then we'll get the score screen afterwards.
Ah, Miss Croft. I take it you're ready to sign on.
To what?
Well, my books. You see, with your lifestyle, you'd be the perfect campaign for my products. Just think, you wouldn't be needing those unsightly weapons anymore.
No, but I'll probably have an unsightly face, judging by your past experiments.
My what?
Oh yes, they're all still alive. Very much so, in fact. All I want is the artifact.
Right. In your next life.
We'll see.
And there we go, that was Lud's Gate, 38 minutes, and that was with the speed run. So in total, I think the video probably 40 odd minutes long. Probably took me about 40 odd minutes to do it. Didn't use health pack, as I said before, and got 6 out of 6 secrets. And obviously for our reward of that level, we get a little cutscene at the end. Basically, the next level we'll actually be fighting that person, Sophia Lee, her name is, or Sophia Lee, I don't know. She said it in the video anyway, so yeah, I'm just so relieved to have finally completed that level. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. We'll be taking care of that Sophia Lee person, and we'll be killing her, and I'll show you how to do that. So thanks so much for watching, sticking with the video, and I'll see you in the next one.